Hello, Philip coming to you as ever from Chiang Mai in northern Thailand, and we've had a lot of rain and all our skies, which have been dark and polluted for ages, are now beautifully clear. The birds are in huge activity. I think they've brought some babies to the world, and here I am just outside to show you a little bit of the nature that I'm in at the moment, which is our tea house, a little bit of a lake. Let's just do a quick tour for you. Oh, my wire's going to trip me up. That's the tea house there. I'll do a 360. That's the lake, beautiful skyline, young teak trees, and our huge rain tree. And you might like to guess how old that is. You'll get it wrong. Everybody gets it wrong. It's massive. It's about 13 years old. Didn't exist 13 years ago. Some bird dropped a seed and that's what's happened. So that's life and that's growth. And I want to talk about something central to life. I've just written a post about it and I thought I'd like to talk about it on my video. And I've been talking about the elephant in the room for a long time now, because the humans are facing, or they have an elephant in the room, in their own sitting room, individual humans, and the whole human family has a big elephant in its own room. And today I wrote about a double jumbo, a double elephant in the room. So let me try and remember what I wrote. There's elephant jumbo number 1 and jumbo number 2. Now I'm sure you know, but let me just say that the elephant in the room is the thing that we don't want to see or acknowledge or discuss or talk about because it seems to be too painful to do so. So it's a little bit like the bully in the playground. It's easier, we think, to give them their £1 or their 100 baht or their $2 or whatever, and then they go away. But of course, the next day they're back for more, and usually more this time. And the only way to stop the bully is to stand up to them, which might involve a bit of pain. But at some point the bully disappears and goes somewhere else, and now you're free of them. So it's the same with these elephants in the room. There's 2 elephants in each of our sitting rooms. And until you tackle your own elephant, and you can lead him out gently, you don't need to violently attack this elephant, but the first thing about the elephant is you've got to acknowledge it's there. And once you acknowledge it's there and see it's there, this feels quite painful because it's not a nice thought. But now, with the knowledge and the awareness of it, that it's there, now you can begin to take it out. And then life changes. You empower yourself and you transform your life. Let me just, I can smell these beautiful frangipani flowers. Let me show you them. There you go, loads of them. Jumbo number 1. Thanks to the schooling system, we've been programmed, conditioned and moulded to believe in our subconscious mind, so it's out of our sight, that external authority rules. All the answers are held by external authority. All the information, all the knowledge, external authority has it. We sit in our schoolrooms, classrooms for about 14,000 hours with the teacher there, and the teacher symbolises the external authority. So by the time we leave school, and you know, we didn't have any learning to do, all we had to do was memorise stuff, and we were meant to comply. We learned that if we didn't comply with the external authority, there would be trouble and punishment. This is the antithesis of freedom, the antithesis of love, of peace, of our social, the nature of us as social animals. Why should we be having a schooling that punishes children? We say they need punishing or disciplining because they don't behave. Well, the reason they don't behave is that they don't want to be where they are, because the learning, the so-called learning, is boring, irrelevant, and too difficult to do. And when you're young, you don't want to be cooped up in a seat for hours every day. You want to be running around and doing things. Now, you can run around in the classroom. My students run around in the classroom. I have activities that make them run around in the classroom. And then once they've done the running around, now they can settle down and do another kind of activity. So the elephant in the room number 1 is that that external authority tells us basically what to know, how to think, how to behave, what to say, what not to say, and so on. And we learn in school that this will be mandated on us through rules, and if we disobey, then we get punished. And it's the same when we're an adult in the real life. If we disobey, we get punished and they cart us off to prison or whatever they do. So you can see how the way of schooling becomes the way of society. And it goes against the human nature and against the human desire for camaraderie with our fellow humans and friendly relations with everybody, and love and joy and peace and happiness and good health. All of that shot to pieces because number one, Jumbo number one, is that external authority is who we seek and look to, especially in times of trouble. Now, Jumbo number two, which is linked, is that we have tremendous inner authority, but we don't know it because it got crushed during our schooling. That's why we don't know about it. And it's not even a term. I'm using it, inner authority, because it speaks to me. Inner authority is our innate intelligence, intuition, instinct, love, freedom, peace, connection, nature, and so on. So not only do they condition us that external authority should be sought out in times of trouble and that they have the last say through all the rules, but in the process we don't have any inner authority. And here's the real Jumbo, here's the real elephant in the room, because of the external authority and the externalizing, and because we lack inner authority, here's the home truth. And it's a bitter pill to swallow. But until we swallow the bitter pill, we can't fix ourselves. It's this: we don't know who we are. And we don't know how life works. Humanity made a gigantic misunderstanding. It split everything up. It split religion and science, matter and energy, and it split us and separated us humans from the planet. And it got very arrogant. Humanity thought that it was more important, more intelligent, more powerful than Mother Earth herself and the whole force of nature. And that's why we're in terrible times at the moment, with so much devastation, destruction and death going on. But what it's doing is it's providing us with the crisis that we needed. And we needed a crisis, because out of the crisis comes the opportunity. It's so painful, we have to change. But if you find yourself frustrated and powerless, this is because of the schooling. Not only did they not teach us anything, but they disempowered us. So when we have a problem, we don't know how to think our way out of it. We can't solve our problems. We can't even prevent the problems. So that's your elephant in the room. The real elephant in the room for all of humanity and all individual humans is that we don't know who we are as individual people, and we don't know who we are as a human family, and we don't know how life works. We're under misunderstandings everywhere. The good news is that when you accept this, it's time to develop your inner authority. Tune into your instinct, your gut instinct and your intuition and your conscience. Live by your conscience. Don't lie. Everywhere people lie. White lies, the whole lot, all the time. It's not just the politicians, it's everybody does it. The media, they're always lying. Anyway, there's my thoughts on the elephant in the room. We have to unschool ourselves, decondition ourselves, open our hearts and minds, reset our mindset so that it feels grateful to be alive. And then from then on, what happens is we get out of our own way and we begin to actually reconnect with all the skills and the knowledge and the life force and the energy that we had sucked out of us, stamped on during our schooling time. But we all have to do it one by one. I call it a spiritual revolution, and I wrote a book on it. I think that's the only solution we've got. But we have to help each other, because the spiritual revolution is just one person. just one person changing their life so that they can achieve health, harmony and happiness. That's what it's all about. Okay, till the next time, friend, goodbye.